Hello everyone, how's it going? Back to their message you to hear right now. Let's hop right into it and find out what message your angels have for you today. So from the jump, I am hearing that a lot of people like you and a lot of people respect you. I feel like because of this, there's a lot of people out there who may try to emulate you or even steal your destiny. But what you need to know is that people can copy you, but they can't be you. Another thing is that sometimes people will try to emulate the things you guys say and do. It may give them attention or even some success, but it doesn't give them the love and respect that people have for you, and that really bothers them. But the reason why people truly love and respect you guys is because you are real and authentic with what you're doing. And not only that, your actions and behaviors really are who you are. So you are who you say you are, and people have noticed this. I feel like for some of you, this has something to do with your career. Maybe you are out there helping people, teaching people, but you actually practice what you preach. And there could be people having conversations about you saying that. I actually feel like there's a situation going on where someone is talking about the fact that they have seen you in action and you actually are someone who moves with integrity and values. I'm also picking up on an energy of somebody from your past that you may have dated or had a close relationship with, and this person is missing you and they respect you even more because now that they have been closer to other people or have dated other people, they realize that the way you handle situations is very rare. And I also feel like you had a really good ability to put up with this person, and at the time they didn't really appreciate the help that you had given them. And I feel like for some of you, some of this help is tough love or giving them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And again, not a lot of people have the strength to do that. So I feel like there are people who try to be like you, but at the end of the day, they don't have the balls to take it all the way or really carry out some of these messages the way that you guys do. So don't worry if you feel like people are copying your destiny. I actually did a video 2 weeks ago about people copying you, and it's not always a bad thing because imitation is truly flattering. And part of the reason why you're here is to motivate people to go after things they want to go after. And a lot of you guys truly pull a lot of information, a lot of creativity from the other realms, and people really draw inspiration from that. But there's a dark side to this that I am channeling about today, where I feel like there are people who truly actually want to wear your skin and be like you, but there's always something a little off about them that people pick up on. Again, even if you feel like these people have had success, justice always does come in these situations. And that's another message coming through. You handle the situation like this with a lot of dignity and a lot of respect. And I feel for some of you, that required you even walking away from certain situations and not engaging in the negativity. And I feel that a lot of you end up just switching up the way you do things and learning something new and becoming something completely different that these people can't duplicate or emulate. I also feel like for some of you, if you're in a certain line of work or a certain environment where everyone starts to copy you, you just end up moving on to a different environment or situation where those people can't. And there's something going on with your energy where you are constantly changing and growing. So they may get down last season's version of you, but this season of you is something that people can't comprehend. And you're basically transforming into someone that people can't copy at all. You've always been that way, but there's something going on here where you guys are learning how to be your true authentic self. And there's just no way people can actually copy this. I'm also hearing that a lot of you, the way that you act and talk is just so natural. I'm hearing that there's somebody who's trying to copy you and people are laughing at them. This is someone from your past and they want to be just like you. You could have fallen off with this person. And I do feel like a lot of you guys are not even aware about this or you don't even care about this person anymore. But there are actually people around them that's like, hey, didn't so-and-so say that first? So-and-so is you guys. And they're like, no, I'm the first one to say that. I'm the one who made that up. And people are like, yeah, sure. Like, there's just something going on here where even if people try to take credit for the things you guys say and do, it just doesn't come across right. Another thing I want to say too is that you can deliver a message and people really like it, but people can try to deliver the same message and it doesn't go over well for them. And I feel like it's because you guys do have a gift of persuasive communication that was gifted to you from God, from your angels. And this is the reason why you guys are here, to be yourself. And a lot of times the things that you guys are saying is not just to be controversial or to get attention. You're saying it because it's your truth. So I do feel like no matter what it is you guys do for work or school or whatever you have going on, you're kind of known to be somebody who can get away with saying things and doing things that other people can't. And that makes people respect you. Another thing I want to say too as well is that there is somebody here who does have very different beliefs than you, but this person really respects you because you make them see the world very differently. And also, again, you don't act like other people, maybe in your line of work or with your belief system. And I feel like that's why you guys are here, because you're here to show people that there's not just one way of being, and you can constantly transform and be whoever you want to be in this world, but do it in an authentic way, because we all know people who just keep trying different things until something works, but try being yourself first. And I also feel like on the other side of things, you guys are the type of people that are not afraid to try new things, to basically strategize in a sense, but also do it in a very authentic way. So again, I'm hearing a lot of different things, but one of the things I'm hearing is that no matter how hard people try, they cannot emulate the way people love and respect you. I feel like initially you always earn people's respect when you enter new environments, because you know how to operate, you know how to carry yourself, you know how to conduct conversations. There's just certain people who are so concerned with getting people to love and respect them that they always come across a little fake and phony. I actually feel like for a lot of you, in some of your initial interactions with people, people are not too sure about you yet because you don't live for the people's approval. But when they see you operate, they see you act, they see the way you handle things, that's when people truly learn that you are someone that has value. So there's going to be some energies that are jealous of the fact that people naturally like you, but then there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be jealous of the fact that more people end up liking you the more they get to know you. And the only people that truly are rubbed the wrong way by you guys are people that may not understand your authenticity or are turned off by the fact that other people like you. Again, it doesn't mean that people can't dislike you or people don't dislike you. I'm sure you guys have dealt with that too. Again, your like can irritate a lot of people. But what I'm hearing is that I'm hearing that one song that I love. Do you really think I care if you really don't like me? Find someone else. It could be anyone else out there. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you guys have that type of attitude, that the way that you don't care if people like you or not makes you someone that people respect, because they're like, dang, like that person really actually doesn't care if you like them or not. Like, I'm actually hearing people gossiping about you, and someone's like, I don't like this person, I don't like the way that this and that, and there's literally somebody there talking to this person about you saying, you think they really care if you like them or not? Like, they really don't care, like, about what you got to say about them. They're still going to do them, so you might as well not focus so much on it. And that's exactly it. And going back to the other person I was talking about, the person copying you that's no longer in your life, people are saying to this person, I don't understand, because when they said these things, you talked bad about them, but now you're saying these things too. And I feel like you guys are following along what I'm saying, but if not, I'm going to break it down for you. Basically, you may have certain opinions. You could be the first people to say it, and you could be the one that has the balls to say it, but then other people, especially your haters, could criticize these things you say, but then they end up saying the same things later on, and people kind of call them out on it. They're like, oh, but when so-and-so said it, like, you had a problem with it. So basically, it's the complete opposite. And then people are, and I feel like this individual is mad that people have a problem with what they're saying, but they're having a problem with it because it's not their own original thoughts. And not only that, with their opinions and the way they are, they flip-flop. So I feel being someone with integrity means that people can look back on you, the things you say, the things you write, the things that you create, and see a consistency in who you are, or even see how you've grown. But with some people who don't know themselves, it's like they're trying to act like you, but then last week it was somebody else, or they were trying to do the complete opposite of what you were doing because they claimed they didn't like you, right? So there are people laughing at certain individuals that are trying to steal your destiny. And I feel like sometimes, yes, the things that they do can get them initial support or whatever it is. I'm hearing somebody out there is mad someone's stealing their jokes, but you got a ton of more where that came from. I feel like also another thing people love and respect about you guys is your ability to laugh off certain situations. I was really picking up on an energy where you guys have gone through so much, and oftentimes people never really give you that credit because you're constantly showing up as the best version of yourself, whether in a work environment. A lot of you guys are known to just make other people's day and never really bring your own problems to work, or people could be surprised to find out what you were dealing with behind the scenes, but still showing up. And again, the situation that I was picking up on, the one with someone you were close to, whether it was like an ex or a friend, they learned after the fact how much you were really going through while maybe you were dealing with them that you didn't share with them. And now they actually respect you even more. And it's helping them kind of empathize with their situation with you, because yeah, there's somebody here who feels guilty now because they didn't realize you were going through all those things, and maybe they did judge you harshly, but even when they were judging you harshly, you still met them with love and compassion, peace and support. And that was something that they weren't able to give back to you. But I'm gonna look into a little bit more, because we're gonna see why this person has had this shift of behavior towards you, or this shift of opinion towards you. But the one thing I gotta say is that whoever this individual is, there could be somebody around them that's trying to act like you or emulate you, or they could have tried to turn someone else into you or find someone like you, but they can't. And that's another reason why this individual is having a hard time. Yeah, okay, so the Devil card came out, but I'm going to cover a little bit because it got a little bit of nudity in it. And we also have the Hermit here. Another thing I'm going to say is that when you guys are around people, you truly are a protection bubble. And not only that, you always make light of a lot of situations. You know how to handle things so that drama doesn't happen. So again, there's certain environments where you guys have stepped away from. But when you were in those environments, it seemed like you were always putting out a fire or always trying to make peace or always trying to calm the darkness of somebody. And now that you're not there in that situation, it just feels like a lot of gasoline on a fire. Like there's nobody here to clean up the mess. There's no one here to diffuse the fire. And this is making the people in that situation respect you more because they were like, oh, when Collective was here, you guys watching, we never had these problems. Maybe they weren't the problem. Because I also feel like, as a lightworker and a healer, you guys will get the reputation of being the drama because people love to cause problems around you, especially because they're irritated by you, irritated by your light. But you can't handle all those situations always in the best ways, especially when people are throwing crap at you. So I feel like, again, there's situations where people have tried to make you act out of character and then pinpoint those behaviors. But then looking back at it, somebody here is realizing that was going on and you actually handle these situations pretty well for what you were dealing with. And I also feel like there's somebody here who is experiencing something that you might have experienced in the past now that you're gone. There's a lot of energies here that basically are learning through losing you how much they actually miss you and now respect you because they didn't get what you were doing at the time. Like I'm kind of getting that quote, you don't understand what I'm doing now, but you'll understand it later. And I feel like you guys really do have that vibe. And not only that, you follow a spiritual path. Sometimes you have to trust that path too. Like you don't really know what God's doing or where God's bringing you or why you have to go through certain things, but you will understand later on. And there is a kind of Saturn-like learning through hardships type of energy you guys really do embody. And I think people really respect about you guys is your ability to isolate yourself when things get sticky or drama-filled or negative. And a lot of people just don't have that ability. Drama can be very addictive. And there's just so many situations where people have tried to make you addicted to them, go back and forth with them, try to get even with them, get your attention, and you just refuse to take the bait. You're not taking the bait. I feel like there could be an ex here that has tried to use all these toxic methods to get you to come towards them, but it didn't work. It didn't work at all. And part of them is learning to respect you for that because they're like, wow, like I actually have to come at this person in a different way. I have to grow. I have to change. Even if it's not conscious, like the way you guys handle yourself in situations makes them respect you more. And I feel like this is an individual who may have moved on to other situations or started to engage with people that fit into their toxicity. And the problem is that when people actually do that or give them what they want, they lose respect for those people because they start having people act out of character and you guys refuse to do that. You refuse to play by other people's rules. We got the Ace of Cups here. You guys really do have this ability to evoke true happiness in other people. And certain people, because they have this devil energy around them or they're not used to genuinity, they could be destructive towards you guys. And then looking back at it, they realize that you were just trying to extend this spiritual knowledge, this happiness, this peace, this fulfillment towards them. So there's somebody who is realizing now that they're lost in the darkness, now that they're lost in this devil energy, that they missed a chance at happiness. They missed an opportunity for true peace, for true growth. And yeah, let's see what else we have going on here. Yeah, they're seeing themselves as very foolish here. Not only that, there's a situation going on where somebody is trying to act like you around this person. So it could be like a third party situation, but it's giving cringe. I'm hearing, it's giving cringe. So I don't understand why it's coming through, but people have noticed that other people like you. So there could be a situation here where you are aware that someone else knows that somebody likes you. And it doesn't even have to be like, romantic. Like, this doesn't have to be like a new girlfriend or boyfriend of an ex or something like that. But this can also be a situation where it's somebody that knows somebody that really loves and respects you. So that person saw that the person that they wanted, cared about, or was close to was getting close to you, and that you were into certain things or you talked about certain things. So they try to emulate that behavior to kind of win this person back. But like I said, it's kind of giving like cringy, and I hate to use that expression, like it's giving, but seriously, it's giving kind of cringy, guys. Like that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like it is cringy, I should say. Like it is cringy. I hate to use that word like that, but that's what I'm hearing. Like somebody's literally cringing at someone else's attempt to try to be like you and even laughing at them. And I'm not saying this person's innocent either. They could be toxic too. They could have influenced this. This could be also an ex here. I'm seeing the devil energy. They could have tried to triangulate somebody, compare them to you to try to make this person mad. But you guys, they could have done it on the other end, but you guys didn't take the bait. You know, you moved away from this situation, but this person could take the bait and allow this person to say, oh, you know, when Collective was around, they did this and this, and that person's trying to jump through hoops, trying to be just like you to make this person happy, when in reality, they're never going to get the happiness they had with you because what they had was the genuinity. So that's what I'm trying to say here. No matter how hard people try to copy you, they can't be you. Someone can literally dress like you, act like you, talk like you, learn all your ways of doing things, but at the end of the day, they're not going to get the emotional fulfillment they had with you, because you are the only you, and no one can actually copy you or act in the same ways that you guys act in. And I feel like if you are someone who is mature and high vibrational and responsible and intelligent, there's just going to be certain situations that no one can emulate the way you react to those situations, especially if they try to copy you or think about, oh, how would this person act in this situation? It's like when they try to act the way that you guys act, it just doesn't come across right. It just comes across weird. And there is somebody here studying you guys to a high degree to try to get like attention. So some of you guys are on social media, you get a lot of attention. This could be like an audience and people are picking up on it, or even messaging them being like, oh, did you get that line from this person? Or this could be personal, like somebody dating somebody that you knew, or somebody who knows somebody you know. Like they saw that person loved you, respected you, and they're trying to be like you, but this person is picking up on it. And like I said before, it's making them feel uncomfortable, or even giving them the ick a little bit. Like they're, because also I do feel like whoever this individual was, because they saw you as a threat, they also criticized a lot of things that you guys were doing, maybe the way you dressed or the way you styled your hair or a hat that you wore or an outfit you wore, but then they end up trying to wear the same thing. Like it's very, very strange behavior. And yeah, this person at first, like they were like thinking maybe it was a coincidence, but then they're realizing, no, like how come like when so-and-so wore that, like you made fun of them, but now you're wearing it? Like that, make that make sense, you know? And it's making them miss you even more. But whoever this person is, like, the reason why they could be away from you right now or even trying to find you in others is because they kind of know that they could have ruined the situation with you. So, yeah, I'm hearing there's no turning back. There's no going back from this. There could be something, yeah, they will reach out soon. So whoever this person is, they're going to reach out to you. Yeah, there's just something to be said about people realizing when you're done with them, you're done with them. And that's another reason why people respect you even more, because you guys refuse to join the circus. Like you just decide to move away from certain things or even start fresh or leave things behind just so you don't have to engage with this pettiness or this weird energy that people have acted upon. And there is an energy here of the collective of really not being afraid to leave things behind, but also going through your own stuff in silence, and also going through a lot that people don't see or don't realize. And that's the thing, because when people start to take the path that you guys take because they see that it works for you, they realize how difficult it actually is. And there's something going on here where somebody could have criticized the choices that you guys were making, but then they realize they have to make those same choices now. And now they're like, oh, they're getting certain type of criticisms that you got or experience certain things that you experienced. And they're like, oh, wow, I laughed at this person or I treated them so badly when they said they were going through this because I didn't believe them. And now I see it. I see exactly what they're saying. People admire your ability to keep a good attitude, to still care about people around you, to still show up for the people around you, even when you're at your worst. And I feel some of you could feel guilty because maybe you feel like you haven't been able to do that as much as you want to, but you still do it and you still try. You try to reach out, you try to be kind, you try to forgive. You always try to be the better person. And when you have to put your foot down, that's really when you really feel like you have to. Like, I feel like, again, you always try to choose the higher road, but in some situations, there's no winning. There's definitely an energy here of somebody truly seeing you through a different perspective. And you guys have a way of carrying yourself that no matter what season you're in, it seems like that you are winning. Like, and a lot of you may not feel like that because you may feel like things are not going the way you want them to, or you lost somebody you loved or cared about. But again, I always say this, but it's like if a relationship isn't working, if someone's being toxic towards you, as much as you love this person or situation or a job you have to outgrow, as much as you invested so much time and energy into it, as much as you have to take a risk, like it's better to walk away from things that aren't working and destroying you than it is to stay there. And some of you feel like you didn't have a choice. Like, I feel like, again, this is why you guys are so respected, because there's a lot of people who continue on in situations that aren't for them, but you didn't have a choice. This person didn't leave you a choice, or this job didn't leave you a choice. So you had to move away from the situation, and you have this glow and shine about you every single time that you do. So even when you're not quite at your destination yet, you seem to be headed where you want to be. And this is why people tend to follow you guys, even when you don't know what you're doing. Like, I'm actually getting this, stop following me, don't follow me. Yeah, I'm hearing, stop following me. I don't know what I'm doing either. That's kind of like what I'm seeing, but you do, because you know that on the other side of whatever BS that you've been dealing with, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, because you know that this tunnel that you've been in is dark and gloomy and it stinks, it truly stinks. And that's, yeah. Also, another thing is that people really respect your ability to walk away from stuff and walk away from a fight. I'm telling you right now, there's so many times where people think that you're going to tell them off or engage with them or give them what they want, and you never do. And there's times where people think that they got you cornered, and you end up saying or doing all the right things to get yourself out of a situation. Like, again, that's God. I feel like for some of you, this is not strategy. This is not something that you can even conjure up. This is just something that you're divinely protected, and that's why people can't copy that. People can copy the little things you say and do, but they can't copy your whole destiny and where you're going, because half the time you guys don't even know where you're going. You're just trusting a path that no one else has the balls to walk into. But once it works out for you, then other people are going to try to duplicate it and can't talk, guys. Duplicate it and emulate it, right? And yeah, people can always try to poke out the things that you guys do, or try to criticize minor things. But the big picture is that you're a winner. You're a winner, and people see you as a winner, and they respect you for that, because a winner is just somebody who has a mentality where things may not always be going their way, but they know how to handle it, and they know how to move forward without being stuck on people and situations. And a lot of times people get stuck because they know they got wronged by people, and they focus on it. And sometimes life isn't fair. That's what I'm hearing. The situation that went on, it wasn't fair, but you had to move on from it. It still isn't fair, but you just had to walk away, even though it was a really hard thing to do. And by doing that, you've transformed yourself into someone people like and respect even more, because they've seen it with their eyes, the way you handle the situation. But also, this is an energetic thing. Every time you say no and walk away from someone or something, you energetically put up a boundary, and you learn that lesson. So now you're attracting better into your life. Even if you feel like you're in an in-between season, people are excited to find out what it is you guys are doing next, what it is that you're going after. And this can also be in terms of your self-development, your spirituality, your creativity, your side projects, your moving situation, traveling, some of you guys do, your love life. But this is bigger than that. This is like your whole path here is so uniquely you, that I know that even though there's a collective of people watching, every single one of you guys watching out there has a different path. And that's the amazing thing about this. You can relate to this message, but you still are doing things in your own way. And that's the important thing to note here. None of us are all the same. There's going to be things that 100% resonate with what I'm saying to you guys, but there's also going to be certain things that are so uniquely you. And I feel like you guys should get excited about the next season of your life, I'm hearing. Yeah, people really think you got it like that. Look, you can pull anybody. Okay. I feel like you can pull anybody in energetically. You can go after whatever you want. And a lot of you guys are realizing that. But that's the thing too. There was a situation here where you could have had what you wanted, but you decided to walk away from it because it came with too much BS. And there's kind of something going on here where you were tested in certain situations where basically you could have done somebody dirty the way they did you, or you could have took something back that someone's stolen from you, or you could have got even with somebody, and you decide to walk away because you're like, I'm going to win when I'm just away from this situation. I already won by learning this lesson. I already won by basically being me, because the only reason why people are coming for you or attacking you or wanting to be like you or copying you is because there's something about you that they admire and respect deep down and want to be like. They want to be friends forever. They want to hang out. They admire you. They are obsessed with you. They are regretting something. They want to be like you. See, people obsess over you, want to be like you. I mean, we talk about this a lot. Also, guys, I just want to let you guys know you can follow me on Instagram, QueenAliceLove, for updates on everything I have going on. Some of you guys may not know, but I'm actually starting to stream on Twitch. And on Monday nights, I actually am doing spiritual talks. And I'm going to be talking about, my tips on starting social media, what you should post, what you should not post. And the reason why I mention it is because I know a lot of you guys are content creators. And you have your own unique ways of doing things, but sometimes you second guess yourself. So I like to offer a little help and service if I can, But anyways, yeah, okay. You made a mature choice here, seriously. And you got good karma for it. Who is this person coming through very strongly? Another thing I want to say too is that there has been certain individuals that have tried to destroy your reputation or say things about you, but like I said, you guys are always divinely protected. So a lot of this stuff ends up coming out as not true, or you end up just showing up in a completely different light than how someone tried to paint you. And again, that's because a lot of you guys probably don't even know how you're going to react in certain situations. You go inward, you pray about it, and you're patient, and yeah, I'm also hearing that one song with Post Malone. He says, worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't got my dedication, something like that. I was patient, right? One of the things that people can't take away from you is your patience. I'm not gonna lie, some of you guys could be go-getters. I know sometimes I could be a little bit more patient myself. I'm learning. But that being said, you're still the type of individual that knows that it's best to just sit this one out than to jump into something before you're ready, or jump into a situation that is basically hot, full of drama or negativity. Like, you kind of wait till the smoke settles to act, or in a certain situation, you were waiting for the smoke to settle because you knew whatever was going on there was eventually going to come to a boiling point, and a lot of it had nothing to do with you as well. There has something to do with somebody here who basically liked and respected you, but childish people were getting in their ear. There could have been someone around them that wanted them all to themselves, or so on and so forth. And instead of trying to fight that energy or try to prove yourself, you just decided to be mature and just keep it moving. Because again, if something is meant for you, then it's going to continue to be on your path, even if you have to separate yourself from it. And it just seems like there's somebody here who's realizing that you're not the childish one here, because you're not the one still blabbing and talking and being negative. There is somebody still to this very day being so negative, talking about you, but yet still trying to emulate you and be like you. And there's another person here being like, okay, all you're doing is making me miss this person more, because number one, you keep bringing them up, and number two, you keep trying to dress like them and act like them, and you look like a cheap knockoff version of them. I'm sorry, that sounded really mean, guys, but I'm just keeping it real today, like what I'm seeing and what I'm channeling. I'm saying all these people are messy. I'm not saying anyone's a saint here. Besides you guys, you guys my people. I gotta be a little biased there. But again, even if you guys make mistakes, you have no problem apologizing. That's another thing I heard too. Yeah, I'm hearing that, like, there's somebody here who thought you would say to them that you hate them or that you're mad at them, but you just said, hey, let bygones be bygones. Like, let's just keep it moving, keep it pushing. Let's just forget about it, Let's forget the drama. And they're like, wow, like, that feels so much better than being around the energy of someone that wants to keep the hatred and negativity going. So yes, whoever this person is, they really had to learn out of toxic behaviors and patterns in people, because sometimes you're familiar with what you grew up around, or what you're comfortable with, or what you think is love, but it isn't, right? So yeah, there's this energies of that demand a lot of this person's time and energy. Maybe this individual here that's trying to copy you, and they're realizing that they respect you more now that you're away from them, because they can see you in a clear light. And now the tables are turning here in a certain situation where somebody has really tried to spin the narrative about you. And I think it's your style of just being able to walk away and wait till the dust settles to kind of see how things play out. And I think that if you guys are in a situation like this, you've been in a few situations like this, and that's why I'm saying people respect you. And every single time, people end up coming back usually and being like, my bad, I messed up, I respect you, I still love you, da-da-da. But there is a situation going on too. Maybe some of you guys want advice here. And what I'm seeing is that everything's going to come to light. Just keep doing you, because people do respect you. Even at the moment, if you say something and certain people don't want to believe it, it's going to come to light, basically. Yeah, you really have this reputation of being strong in your own spot, not needing to have it all, but you can have it all if you want it. Like, just being happy with who you are and what you've accomplished so far, that you're not afraid to just be in your own space, be single. For a lot of you guys, you've been single for a while, and people really respect that about you. You make whatever it is you have going on look cool. Because I'm kind of getting energy of somebody here who's like single and bitter, and they're like, well, how come they look cool when they're single, or something like that? Like, I don't know. You know how sometimes people like get people at them, what is it? I feel like a lot of things are like kind of like a projection. So this person could be around a lot of people that are desperate to be in relationships, and they're kind of that way, but they can't be in a relationship or can't hold down one. So it's kind of like, I don't know why this person's talking about. This is very, very weird, guys, especially for my single people out there. Hear me out. There's somebody that may have gone to a relationship with somebody that you were with, or someone you're friends with that is with somebody or talking to somebody. I feel like it's just definitely a hater here. And they're trying to say about you that, oh, look, they can't hold down a man or they can't hold down a woman. But in reality, it's really giving they're jealous and envious that they're not happy on their own. And not only that, whoever's around them, deep down, they're jealous that person rather be with you than them. So that's interesting. But the truth is that when they're single, they feel like people see them as a loser or desperate because they're not happy on their own. So they come across that way. So people could have criticized this person being like, oh, why are you still single? But they feel like people don't do the same thing to you or something like that. Yeah, this is really strange, but I feel it's because you guys truly have this energy of, oh, I'm single because I want to be, basically. And I think I'm seeing as well, for some of you, you could be in a relationship, and I kind of feel like there's a bitter person, maybe even in your person's ear, or was in the past, or some people that are just hating, and they're like, oh, this person acts like they're single, even though they're in a relationship. But they're just jealous of the fact that your partner allows you freedom, or you're happy on your own too, but your relationship is great and secure. Like, there's something about you guys that's very secure, and somebody was trying to say something about you, negative about that, when in reality, it just shows how insecure and desperate they are. And they know deep down they can never shine as bright on their own or even handle being alone the way that you can operate. And even the Hermit card I saw coming up in the beginning of the reading, it's like somebody tried to criticize about you, like, oh, that person's such a hermit, they never leave the house, da, da, da. But in reality, whoever they're talking badly about, it's like, what's so wrong about that? Like, people really do end up laughing at the people who talk badly about you, because they could never, basically, they could never do what you're doing. They can never be happy alone. They can never shine by themselves. They can never achieve just by going inward and focusing on themselves. They can never find a relationship where somebody loves them enough to be secure with them, to have their own stuff going on and still have a loyal, happy connection. Like, whatever it is you guys have that is envied, like, that person can't have it. And that's why people are laughing at this person, because whatever it is that they're criticizing or saying about you, they don't have, and they can never have it. Or for some of you, this could be an ex talking about you to other people, trying to spin a narrative and saying, oh, you're miserable and single, or your relationship, they're criticizing your new relationship or whatever. But in reality, everybody knows that they're just mad that not only can they not find a happy relationship, but they can't have you. So it's like, dang, if you're miserable and single, but you still don't want to be with this person, then they really must be that bad. It's like the way they're talking about you actually makes them look worse and makes people respect you more. So yeah, some of you guys could be concerned about some slander going on around, but honestly, it's at the point where people are now getting the ick from whoever's doing this, or cringing, because it's so embarrassing, honestly. And by the way, guys, to let you guys know, I still have my Oracle decks in mystery boxes, 75% off. If you're interested in getting interconnection deck or some of the decks you guys see here. Some of you guys may not know this, but I am selling out of all my old decks, making some space. Wow, you see how this 111 just flew out of here? It's actually from my Patreon, so that could be significant. You guys could be seeing angel number 111. They play victim. Gossip is affecting the connection. I just did a Patreon reading as well. It's probably why it's over here, but again, they're speaking highly of you. Gossip is affecting the connection. They play victim. Yeah, somebody's realizing that somebody here is playing victim. Also hearing playing pick me, choose me. I would never do that to you. Wow, look at them, minding your own business, enjoying their life. I can't even imagine what these people are even saying sometimes, because it's so beyond my realm of understanding, like why people are like this, or why people can sit and watch and criticize somebody who is just trying to live their life. But there is somebody who just about had enough with an individual here that is talking badly about you, but also trying to copy you, which is really the worst combination. And that's the thing that I'm trying to say about my light workers and my healers. You may have a side that certain people don't understand, or you may have a viewpoint or even a way of living, but you're consistent within who you are, and that makes you likable even to people that may not understand you or may not even like the certain things that you're doing, but at least you're true to yourself. Like, this person is saying certain things about you, but then doing them. Make it make sense. Copying you, but then acting like they're better than you. Wanting to be criticizing what you're doing, but then wanting to do the same thing that you're doing. And yeah, someone's realizing that this is just all gossip here, and they're defending you. They're speaking highly of someone's defending you guys right now. And not only that, people often do speak highly about you guys, and that's why certain people may not like that. But things always turn out in your favor, I do want to say. They have personal issues. Yeah. They are being fake. They are a bad influence. They are hiding a secret. They are draining. Too much drama. Right. There's also a situation here where somebody, you guys could have cut someone off recently in your life because you just felt like there were too much drama. They were draining. And they're trying to talk badly about you to people, but people are basically... I'm hearing, why are you talking to me about this? Whoever you guys cut off, they don't even have people close enough to them to even complain about you with. That's like how sad their life is. Like, and another thing I want to say as well is that the certain things that they've complained that you said about them, other people see that too and felt that too and experienced that too. So they're like, it's just kind of like, yeah. Like, there's certain people that are actually happy for you that you moved away from certain situations because they didn't understand why you were in them in the first place. Like, you guys moved away from a certain situation or person because they were draining you. And that is your right to move in self-defense. You may have moved away from a person or situation, friend, distanced yourself from them because, you stood up to this person and said, I don't like how you gossip. I don't like how you play victim. I don't like how fake you are. You're a bad influence. I have to focus on myself right now. I got to focus on my coin, I'm also hearing from some of you, you're tired of defending certain people's behaviors. And there's a lot of people who respect your decision to do that because a lot of people did not understand your relationship with this person in the first place. And they also saw this person as toxic or negative in your life, especially if this person has talked badly about you, but wanted your help, try to copy you, try to be like you. And again, people could criticize the things that you're doing, but they could never. They could even tried or attempted to do certain things that you're doing with your life and failed miserably at it, or they've never even tried to be better than what they are, and they're out there criticizing someone who is just trying their best to make it in this world. There's somebody here who tried to gossip to somebody else to really ruin their viewpoint of you, but it actually made that person like and respect you more because it's like, they're saying, you're trying really hard or something like that, like some kind of insult, but it's like, at least they're trying, what are you doing? Like, it's kind of like somebody's fed up with somebody here who's talking badly about you, and they're about to become a fan or a bigger fan. People have often brought people over to your side without even knowing you because it's like you have a sense of vibe where it's like, wow, why are these people talking about this person so much? What's so special about them? Sometimes the way people talk about you can actually showcase how much they actually still give an F. They're obsessed with you. They care about you. Infatuation. And I think you guys are in a season right now where there's a whole lot of whispers and chitter chatter because you're in a transition. So some of you guys could be feeling that a little heavy. But once you start entering some of these bigger wins you're about to go into, then you're really going to even pay this any mind. Some of you guys don't even pay it any mind at all. But it just feels like you don't even, you're not, okay, it's like people are like saying to these individuals, like, there's not even they don't even have a dog in this fight. Like, they're trying to attack you and you're not even in their realm or space, or you're not even in my department. Like, somebody has a hater in a different department than you. You're like, you don't even work in my department. Like somebody could be criticizing the way you work, but you don't even work in my department. Like, that's what I'm hearing. So this could be like people who think that they're in your, I'm hearing one thing that, as a card, as you said, people criticize your, I forget. Something about, they don't even have an office, but they're criticizing how you present your office. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. I'm hearing homeless. Somebody's homeless here too. Someone's homeless, but they criticize your home or how you handled your home or how you kicked them out of your home. It's your home, my house, my rules, I'm hearing. Okay, so a lot of you guys are standing in your power and you knew it was going to cause some of this rift or some of this energy, but it's actually funny because people are laughing at the people who try to copy you. People are laughing at the people who are talking badly about you. And somebody here is a little messy because they may have been guilty in triangulating you and somebody else, because at the time, maybe they were mad at you, but now a lot of time has passed, a lot of dust has settled, and whoever they triangulated or whoever this third party is that knows somebody that you know, that's mad, this person's still fixated on you, it's getting to the point where this person's like still kind of obsessing over you and trying to be like you, and this person's not really mad at you anymore, and now they're just kind of annoyed at this person because they're like, oh yeah, like, can you cut that out? Like, it's getting really weird that you keep bringing them up, like... Control and change. Slowness and protection. Things could be moving. People can also criticize. Like, some of you guys are a little bit slower to get started on things. Or maybe certain things in your life were a little bit... Maybe some of you guys were late bloomers. Or certain things in your life, like, took some time to cultivate. But that's for a spiritual purpose. And that's why, like, you're always protected. And I feel like in the next season of your life, you're going to see a lot of the seeds that you guys have planted blossom. You guys have a lot more stability than a lot of people, and especially the people that are hating. Somebody here is sad that they cannot manipulate someone else's viewpoint of you anymore or at all. The Star. Yeah, and honestly, you guys have a reputation of just shining wherever you go, being happy wherever you're at, finding the best and looking at the positives in every season, even the bad seasons. And that's why maybe in the past you've gotten criticism. I even hear like there's somebody here who try to say like you haven't been through stuff, but in reality, you just try to show up and keep shining regardless of what you're going through behind the scenes, because you know that you still got to show up and do what you need to do. But like, yeah, some of you guys, like there's people criticizing your positive energy or mentality that you bring into the workplace or relationships or situations. Or you're criticizing your know-it-allness, but you're excited to learn things and share it with people or help people. Like, there's just certain things that people are criticizing, and it's just because you are trying to do a good job, trying to help others, trying to spread light. Like, so the things that people criticize about you are things that, number one, they can't even do themselves. They try to copy and failed miserably. And not only that, things that have helped others. And that's what I'm seeing here. There's somebody who wants to find their way back to you because they deep down realize that fighting with you was not a good idea. You always bring fun in every situation. Yeah, and not only that, you're not afraid to put your foot down and argue if you need to as well. Like, you have a perfect balance of, like, work hard, play hard, being honest with people, but also keeping things light and playful. Like, you never want things to get serious or intense unless they really need to. And, yeah, somebody's realizing that by fighting you or fighting this energy or fighting what you stand for or something like that has not been helping them. And yeah, they're realizing that with the Lovers here, they fumble something like a strong connection, possibly being stuck in their ways or trying to have things their way or control the situation. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. I feel that you guys have definitely entered a lot of stability or going to enter a lot more stability. And if there are people making fun of you or talking badly about you, or you've heard about certain things, or you're experiencing a little bit of turbulence, your season is coming where things are really going to start to cultivate. So I wouldn't stress it too much. Like, it's just really truly an energy where God will sometimes really place your blessings right in front of certain people who have so much to say about you. And in a situation like this, there's somebody who is a big hater and their worst nightmare's about to happen, which is like somebody that they love or care about is finding their way back to you. And again, this person could be trying to destiny swap your relationship or some kind of spiritual connection you're meant to be in, or some kind of job or something like that. And you're coming back and taking what's yours. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, you're waiting for the dust to settle and you're taking what's yours by standing up and shining and leading by example. And the people that are meant to be in your life are going to follow suit. So there's something going on here where you're taking what's yours by doing things the right way and being yourself. And you could even not even want these things anymore that other people thought you wanted and try to take from you. But a lot of times when you have a light worker or a healer energy, people will sometimes want what you have because you make it look good. So the moment that you guys have walked away from certain situations, people kind of need your energy there. They need you. I'm hearing they need you to be the villain. You know, they need, like, certain people, they crave drama and they crave gossip. So it's like you were like a villain in a certain situation, but there's the person here who realized that's not the case anymore. They actually respect you again, and they see things through a different lens, because there could have been something revealed or something that happened here that the way you guys started reacting to them now, or they heard something that made them realize that the narrative people were trying to spin about you wasn't true. But not only that, they still love and respect you after all this time. And they could just be going through their own personal development where they're starting to see things differently. So yeah, there's a situation here where you may not even be doing this on purpose, but you gain the respect of somebody who initially maybe was upset or hurt by your relationship ending. And it could have been caused or catapulted by a third party. But I always feel like if there's a third party situation going on, that is an energy that they need to learn from, because it's feeding something that they could be questioning about their relationship with you or themselves, or some kind of insecurity or something they need to grow from. So by being pulled back into this dark energy, they're realizing they never wanted to be here at all. They just thought this was a better choice or rebound or whatever the situation is. But regardless, it's like whatever the situation is, there's somebody here who, by trying to copy you or be like you, it kind of appealed to this person a little bit, because deep down they still have so much love for you. But now it's getting to the point where, like, you guys are changing and evolving into something else, and they're even more attracted to this new version of you. So they could be watching you, hearing about you, and yeah, it's like whatever notes this person took about you, they're not even up to date, basically. So yeah, no one can steal your destiny. No one can steal the person that is meant for you. And again, if you guys feel that there are certain threats in certain environments, just keep shining and doing you. God is going to call you guys to act in the right ways. And there's going to be seasons where you might just have to chill for a little bit until the dust settles, but just keep it moving. People respect you because you have ability to just keep it moving. And that makes them want to run back towards you because they realize you're not turning around to compete or fight or to be triangulated or to be talked down to or slandered. No, you're moving forward to spaces and situations where people have your back and you don't even got to defend yourself. You're like, I could have stayed to defend myself, but why would I? I know who I am and I'm here to shine. So I want you guys to comment below. I am highly respected because I know who I am and I know what I'm here to do. Okay, and even if you're not sure, sometimes you know you're a light worker, you know you're a healer, and you know you're here to spread light. And sometimes it could be really hard, but you know that you got to be the better person. And sometimes it just means walking away. And yeah, that's the reason why people respect you, because you don't fall for the traps that other people set for you, or you don't do things in the way that other people expect you to, because your energy is way different than a lot of people's. You're here to be an example. And that's always going to have you living rent-free in a lot of people's mind. So justice is coming in a certain situation here. I do feel like someone is going to be like apologizing to you, realizing that they made the wrong choice. Somebody around them is getting on their nerves, something like that. Interesting enough. And yeah, this could be so many different situations and scenarios. Yeah, so I do hope you guys like that message. I do feel like somebody is planning on making things right with you because they're not happy where they're at. They realize that this shit is toxic, like, that they decided to partake in. They have a problem using people. They love you. They hold grudges. They are inspired by you. They are bad at confrontation. They are thinking about you. Yeah. I feel like maybe this individual is realizing that they were trying to use other people to replace you, and that wasn't right of them either. And they brought your energy into a lot of these situations, and that is why they have some of the problems they have now. So yeah, somebody is inspired to try to heal this. And they're speaking, someone who originally may have been upset with you is now having a new level of respect for you because of the way you carried yourself in a certain situation, which was the complete opposite of somebody that basically wanted to pin this person against you for their own benefit. And yeah, I'm hearing this comeback is personal. So I feel like you guys are in a comeback season, and it's going to cause a lot of things to shift in your favor. But a lot of times you're going to get what you want and be like, well, I don't really want it anymore because look at the way you treated me in the past, right? So you're going to have a choice here to basically let someone back in your life who made a wrong choice. Really up to you guys what you want to do. You can let me know below. Are you guys going to at least hear somebody out? Because you're definitely going to be hearing from somebody who basically realize that you were a good friend to them, a good person to them, and they let some cheap imitation version of you, I actually won't even give that person that much credit, sorry. They let somebody nothing like you try to cheaply imitate you because they're not a version of you at all. They're not. And you may not even know this is going on, guys, but that's the thing. That's why you've been feeling some energy heavy, because you're cleansing this off, you're doing you, and you could just be in a season where you're just trying to focus on your healing and yourself, and you may not be feeling like you're doing that great, but you just have an energy here that people want to be like, no matter what season you're in, no matter before you start the projects, when you're at the peak of your success, you're just a person that is liked, is highly thought of, and highly admired by a lot of people. And yeah, there's somebody here who realized they were immature, and now they gotta really work hard to try to basically get you to view them back in a high light again and balance out the situation. And yes, that means putting an end to a situation where somebody was trying to manipulate this person away from you or something like that, which happens a lot of times in just toxic situations where that person was meant to outgrow that individual anyway. So what tends to happen is that when you're out of the situation, that person ends up causing other problems with other people and other things in their life until they begin to really see who really is the problem. But there's just a weird person here who has a weird fixation on you. And they somehow believe that by even being close to something that you're close that to, or was close to, or doing something that you're doing, like they could be somewhat like you, but not a chance, not a shot, okay? You guys also have a reputation of just being this ice queen. People really think that you could just like cut things and cut people off without feeling a thing. But I understand that you guys are just doing what you need to do to survive, and you could be hurting a lot. And I think that's something that maybe this person is coming to realize. Maybe it's someone who came back and you already had a discussion about this, or they've heard things where they realize that you are a really caring, compassionate person. But what were you going to do in a situation like that? Am I right, guys? This is the only choice you had. Ice Queen mode, okay? And you're going to find that a lot of options are opening up to you guys. But you deserve true love, okay? And you got a lot of choices and decisions coming up that are really positive, that it's going to show you that it was never that people don't love or care about you. It's just that they weren't ready to be in your energy, and there was some kind of intervention that happened so that you guys can grow into the person that you're meant to be. So yeah, there's somebody here who's going to be facing this head on. You inspired them to change. Someone respects you because you inspired them to change, and they really had to be lost in the sauce in order to figure that out. Too little, too late. You guys let me know. And yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys are up to in this new season of your life, okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new here, subscribe, okay? And give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next week. I'm now uploading every Sunday, so you guys know when to see me and when to expect these messages. We're going to have a little bit consistency in 2025, okay, guys? Or whenever you get to this message, because my readings are timeless. Okay, guys, I'll see y'all next time. Bye!